Next speaker is Ben Hancock, Managing Director of Oscar Acoustics, Britain's leading specialist in seamless acoustic finishes, who brings over 20 years' experience in acoustic design for commercial and public spaces. Ben will be sharing key insights from Oscar Acoustics' recent RIBA Journal-hosted roundtable, Sound Strategy, the Workplace Reimagined, where leading architects and industry experts explored how evolving workplace needs are reshaping office design and the vital role of acoustics in supporting collaboration, focus, and well-being in the modern workspace. How are you doing? Good.
Very, very, very well, thank you. Yeah.
Excellent. I believe you're talking about a subject that I was talking about earlier, shaping future-ready workspaces for the great return to the office, which has been mooted.
I am indeed.
Take it away.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Today, I invite you to tune into something we often overlook. It's the sound of our workspaces. This isn't just about noise, it's about the invisible architecture of our minds, our mood, and our health. Let's explore the soundscape of your office that might be making or breaking your people. Most of us don't remember what our office sounds like until we return. And suddenly, it's not just loud, it's overwhelming. We wanted to know how deep this problem really runs, so we asked 2,000 workers across the UK about the conditions in their workplace in order to produce our 2025 white paper, which is now available for download. The results were sobering. 7% said their workplace was damaging their hearing. 47% struggle to concentrate. 36% feel irritated. 30% feel stressed, and 81% say noise affects performance. These aren't abstract statistics, they're the daily experience of your team. Every meeting missed, every deadline delayed, every colleague burnt out, it's all there in the data. Noise isn't just heard, it's felt. It lives in your shoulders and your breath and your focus. We saw people retreat, putting on headphones, working late and avoiding others. The more noise builds, the more connection breaks. 41% now wear headphones daily, double the number from just a few years ago. But when we shut out the noise, we shut out each other. Mentorship vanishes, collaboration stalls, culture dissolves. This isn't about volume, it's about survival. 36% work from home to avoid noise, 26% move desks, and 20% get into conflicts, sometimes physical. These are coping mechanisms, but they're also symptoms. People are moving away from the very environments we designed to bring them together. We talk about inclusive design, but for neurodivergent people, the office is a battlefield of sound. 62% of autistic workers say noise harms their performance. 71% of dyspraxic workers say their office is too noisy. When spaces don't support every brain, they fail us all. Only 3% of companies have plans to fix their office acoustics. That was the hardest finding of all. Despite the stress, despite the performance impact, despite the suffering, only 3% are planning to do something about it. And it's because the problem isn't always visible. This isn't about noise, it's about reverberation, sound bouncing and stacking and overwhelming. Designers love open plan ceilings, concrete floors, glass walls, but sound, well, it's trapped, bouncing endlessly until we can't think straight. When there's nothing to absorb the sound, space turns against us. Even quiet sounds feel loud. Speech becomes noise and focus collapses. What if we treated sound like as a material? What if offices could be tuned like instruments? We're not asking for silence, we're asking for balance. This is our own HQ where sound and the way it interacts with people is our #1 priority. Enter Sonospray, a recycled acoustic spray that absorbs reverberation, not attention. It calms the chaos without compromising design. It goes where panels can't. It shapes sound invisibly. It makes spaces feel like they're finally listening. For example, open plan floors, meeting rooms, cafes, and breakout zones. You can fine-tune every space. Speech is clear, the ambience calm, and minds are focused. You may recognise the time portal, as Carlos calls it, behind me. It's my own office, and it's got our mid-range textured finish and my favourite Sonospray FC. Our HQ and product show home is our blueprint. Every room is designed for the people in it, and the difference, you feel it. You hear it, or rather, you don't. We followed Professor Derek Clements Croom's Flourish model, design that supports not just business, but people, emotionally, environmentally, and economically. Sonospray follows your creative lead. It complements design, not compromises it. It doesn't say acoustic treatment, it says considered. It's not enough to sound good, you have to be good. Sonospray is the most sustainable acoustic solution on the market today, with our products achieving full marks for BREEAM, LEED, SCAR, Living Building Challenge, so there's nothing within them on the red list, has cradle to cradle as well, and it's made to last. There's no reason it shouldn't be up there for the life of the building, sort of 60, 100 years plus. And there's also a take-back scheme as well. So should you wish to remove it, which is quite easy to do, although it won't come down on its own, we can then take back the product and we can remill it and turn it into acoustic thermal void fill. On our journey to net zero, we started off some years ago by working towards and then becoming ISO 14001 certified. Since then, we've been working with Positive Planet on assessing and then reducing our emissions with a data-focused approach. With this approach, I'm extremely proud to announce that in the last 3 years, we've reduced our CO2 output by 35.37%. We continue to invest in world-leading gold standard carbon capture programs through climate trade to balance our independently measured emissions on an annual basis. This carbon neutral status incorporates our entire operations, including the transportation of all of our products. We're expecting our carbon reduction to increase dramatically within our 2025 figures, as our new HQ is in the top 0.3% of the UK's most sustainable buildings, and this will be in full use. For this, it's received the Green Plaque Award and has been nominated as a finalist in the upcoming Brick Awards in the sustainability category, and also for the Construction Awards of Excellence for excellence in sustainable construction. Emissions of the products used within office spaces are just as important. So they're M1 classified, California Department of Public Health compliant, Green Guard, and that's got the gold standard and BREEAM and LEEDs versions as well. And of course, they achieve Class O fire and BS1D0. Oscar Acoustics was named Subcontractor of the Year at the National Building Awards for the 2nd year running, and we proudly picked up the Sustainability Award at both the Kent and also Medway Business Awards. So in summary, people want to come back to the office, but not if it stresses them out. They want connection, calm, and clarity. Every fit out, every project is a chance to get it right, because spaces that sound better work better. The message from our survey was clear: make the office work for us, not against us. Fix the sound and people will stay. I get it, budgets are tight, programs are squeezed, and often the acoustic package is the first thing to be cut. But I always encourage employers to zoom out, because one unhappy employee, one burned out team member can shift the entire culture of a company. The cost of turnover, stress-related absences, and disengagement, that adds up faster than you think. And when you really look at it, the acoustic treatment that could have prevented all that suddenly feels like a drop in the ocean. This is about designing spaces where people feel good, stay longer, and give their best. You have the power to make that happen, to influence not just form, but feel. That's real design impact. Let's build the office people deserve. Just to finish off, as well as downloading our new white paper, I'd encourage you all to check out our RIBA roundtable event filmed at our new HQ. This event brought together prominent thought leaders, designers, and industry experts to examine the evolution of modern workplace environments and the challenges of designing for the new normal office routine. The roundtable was a space to share insights and innovative ideas for creating workspaces that genuinely nurture employee productivity, well-being, and inclusivity. The event was hosted by RIBA Journal's lead editor, Eleanor Young, who did a superb job driving the conversation. Rob Smith, director at TP Bennett, Lara Millwood, neuro leadership coach, Graham Weinstone, director at GPAD Architects, and I mentioned earlier, Derek Clements-Croom, Professor Emeritus at the University of Reading. A superb lineup and lots of fascinating subjects discussed. I should let you know that I also give tours of our HQ and product show homes. So if ever you and your clients want to come and visit and view all the products in situ and colours as well, we're about 30 minutes on the train from London. So please do get in touch. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you very much indeed, Ben. I wish I knew where you got your slides from. I mean, we've had Scrabble, sparklers, shouty slides. I mean, you've done an awful lot of sourcing there. I've got to tell you, I wish I could do that as well. Yeah, I mean, it's a fabulous office. I've been there, Ellen has been there. It has an amazing sense of domestication. And I suppose that's kind of part of what people really want in their offices, is the sense of being able to identify it as really a sense of an idea of a home from home rather than a completely kind of separate corporate environment. I think people have got, I don't know whether it was lockdown or whatever, but I think there's a sense of people looking more for home. I certainly know that in our, I find it easier in a sense to work at home now than I do going into 66. I mean, I'm glad that Benedetti Architects are actually working on it because the acoustics there, it might have great grand spaces, but acoustically, I think it has, it leaves a lot to be desired, really. So I hope that's going to get addressed in its new iteration. I was just wondering really about, I mean, you're talking about noise. I mean, it's so palpable that noise has an effect on our environment. So, but I was wondering if I mean, obviously your report, your white paper, it dealt with neurodiversity, didn't it? Because obviously that's getting coming more and more to the fore, really, in terms of design and how we need to think about spaces being designed.
Mm. Yeah, it did. We've also got, as well as the white paper, we've got this incredible documentary coming up very soon. I can't say too much about it at the moment because there's an embargo on it, but it featured a bar owner who she has ADHD and she really struggles in that environment as well. So as part of the documentary, Oscar Acoustics treated her bar. So not only were her staff saying this is incredible, now we don't go home with headaches, it's not affecting her hearing. Her hearing's not ringing at the end of the night. But also that the bar owner was saying, it's so good for her as well. She can now concentrate. And again, it was also affecting her hearing as well. It's important stuff.
Mm. I mean, where would one find the white paper? I mean, it would be good if you could kind of like point out where viewers might be able to find it.
So that's available on my LinkedIn. Also, I think it's somewhere on our website as well, but we can also send out a link to those who have signed up after this as well.
Okay, excellent. And I would recommend if you do want to kind of see all of those products in action, really do pop over there. It's not far from London, and you'll be made very welcome over there, I'm sure. But it does have a real effect. You just see exactly how the products work in a very real and palpable sense. It has, made a real difference. I was most struck by the fact that your distribution center, your warehouse that's been completely coated in it too, and the sound deadening qualities in that space are amazing. So congratulations on congratulations on making a space that really has kind of considered everybody's needs, not least the operatives who work in the warehouse part of it. Thank you very much indeed, Ben.
Thank you.